Hey guys, this ice climbing season is some kind of strange. The German winter is really warm and right now it's winter, the sun was shining, but here's no snow at all and no ice. Even in the Alps, a lot of waterfalls didn't even freeze, and if they are frozen, some of them are not in that good conditions. So I decided to make a video on how you can work out for ice climbing and how you can start ice climbing and work on your technique and do some ice climbing all year long in the forest. So you can do this in summer, or you can do it in winter when the winter is like, or it's like it is right now, or when there's just no ice in your environment or in your area, you can also do this technique. But it's not by the book, it's just how I do it and it works for me. At first you have to make sure you get a forest. It's best if you have a permission to be there. Best are trees that have leaves, so no pine trees, because the wood is some kind of strange if you put your ice tool in it. And make sure to only climb on dead trees. So not on living trees, because if you make injuries or if you damage the bark, the tree will be weakened and maybe can die, and so better use dead trees. But try not to pick the deadest ones and the ones that already fall apart. Try to pick one which has got some strength to hold your weight, and then you can use your ice tools and crampons to get up the tree. Now for building the anchor. Usually when you climb a tree, you can use the tree you climb for making the anchor. But now you're climbing a dead tree, or I'm climbing a dead tree, so I will not use the dead tree for making my anchor and put my life on it. So I choose a tree right and left, or for you the other way, next to the tree, and then I use 2 cambium savers and then attach a rope to the ground, up to the cambium savers, and then to the tree in the center, which I want to climb. And here is an Alpine butterfly with 2 big locking carabiners, and to this I will attach a rope. In this case I'm even using static ropes. I use the 3-to-1 pulley system to tighten the high line, if you want to call it that way. So the horizontal rope is tensioned, but only with 3-to-1 and not too tight. And with this it gives me some dynamic movement. So when I weight the rope in the middle, it's not 100% static, it's more dynamic. I'm using a rope by Teufelberger. It's a 11mm rope. It's a static one, and the length of it is 120 meters. So I have a lot of rope to play with, to place it on faraway trees and to the next one. And I even use this rope for climbing up, but still with 2 locking carabiners. So that's really cool. Yeah, I will show you the setup, and then I want to show you the climbing. Here's one of the anchors. So the rope is wrapped around down there, and then up with the big loop. So here is my anchor. Here's the Gere. Here it's easy with the Gere to build a 3-to-1 pulley system. So I decided to place a Gere here with 1 locking carabiner. It's a screw gate, and I chose to place it that the screw gate closes to down, because when there's some vibration when climbing, it could unscrew itself. So this way the gravitation works for me. The Gere is locked off with a, I'm not sure how it's called in English, it's a knot, a slip knot kind of thing, with a knot here with the extra loop. So the Gere is locked off. Even when it fails, there's enough friction and it's still safe. The rope on this side goes up to this tree, through the cambium saver, and then horizontally. Okay, now let's check out the other anchor. On this side, the anchor is also made out of the rope and with a knot, so I have a loop to attach to. The ropes are wrapped around twice, so it gets tighter and it cannot slide up. But on this side, I decided to attach the rope to a tree next to the tree with the cambium schoner. Cambium saver, sorry, schoner is the German word for saver. Yes. Again, locking carabiner, but this time with the screw gate just pulled hard, so it's closed. The hitch you can use for belaying, and then I knotted it off or tied it off So I can loosen the friction right here, and I don't have a knot that gets pulled really tight and is hard to open as soon as I want to undo the whole setup. Yeah, that's it. So the other side also goes up to the cambium saver and then to the tree I want to climb. So now let's check out the tree I want to climb. So yeah, this is the tree I want to climb. Let me show you the high line. Up there is the attachment point. So here you can see the attachment point with the butterfly or alpine butterfly and the two locking carabiners and the tree. Here is the rope hanging, again 11mm static rope, but now when I weight it you can see it's dynamic. And down there I attached an accessory cord with a non-locker and a glove hitch, so the rope is under tension. And I'm using at first ice tools with the ice pick. At first I thought about using the mixed or the dry tooling pick, but it works just good. And on this ice tool you can change the angle of the blade or of the pick. And right now it's relatively neutral at 0. And at the beginning I was thinking about doing it more like a aggressive way, but this one just works perfect. And the density or the strength of this tree is just perfect to place the tool and to weight it. Now I'll put my whole weight to it and it holds. Okay, of course, 2 ice tools, gently swing them in and it already gives some grip. Of course, it's not the same as ice, it's different than ice, but the technique from like standing and waiting and the muscles are almost the same or are the same, if I think right. And yes, now let me show you how I belay myself in this case. For belaying I'm using the Teufelberger Loft 2. The special thing about this device is, yeah, it's made for thick ropes, so that's why I'm using the 11mm rope. The cool thing about it is you can place it on the rope when it's weighted or even when it's on tension. So you can see it goes in a straight line and then I close it up. Now, because of this elastic loop around my neck, it holds up this carabiner and the Teufelberger Loft 2 slides up the rope automatically. So when I'm climbing, it slides up, and when I'm fall or when I'm sitting down, it locks and I'm sitting in my rope, and then I can rappel really easy. Yeah, at the beginning I added some more safety and used a second device below, just like this. So when the Teufelberger fails, it will slide on this one and then it will lock also. But yeah, I think the Teufelberger alone is also really safe. But if you want to make sure to use 2 devices and to be even safer, use the second one underneath maybe. But yes, not by the book. Not sure if this is recommended, because when this gets somewhere inside, maybe it can damage the Loft 2 or whatever. Now let's climb up.